You are listening to the Urban Sports Scene with Wole and Ray, and we are part of Amplifier Media at amplifiermedia.com. It's time for HBCU Corner. Over the weekend, our guest made his decision to go to Jackson State University. Prior to that, he was at Delaware State, where he was the first team defense all-MEAC and 2021 Hero Sports freshman all-American. We had this man on a while back. He is no stranger to the show. We bring to you Esaias Guthrie, a.k.a. X, and welcome back to HBCU Corner with the Urban Sports Scene. What's going on, X?
What's up, man? What's up? Appreciate you guys for having me back, man.
It's good, man. A lot has happened, man. Glad to have you back, though.
Yeah, a lot has happened. I'm glad I can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So you glad the process is over with, I'm sure. But as he mentioned, we had you on before, and we asked you about homecoming. We asked all our guests about homecoming. And you went to Delaware State, but you came on here and said Lincoln was the best homecoming. So now you heading to Jackson. And hey, Travis Hunter went to Jackson because of the homecoming, in addition to Prime. What you expecting, bro, as you move forward? Your opinion on homecoming is about to change, I believe.
Oh, I think it is. Stuff in the South is totally different. It's a totally different ball game. Where up here, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great time, but on a regular game day weekend, you're gonna see 40,000 people. So in the stands, and then imagine how many is outside, tailgating. So I think homecoming down there is definitely gonna be one for the books.
How do you think? I have a question about that. How do you think your transition is going to be from going from basically the north to the south?
I think it's gonna be interesting. I'm excited for it, but I'm definitely anxious to get out there. You know what I'm saying? Get the started. While I'm anxious, I'm also I'd be lying to you if I said I'm not a little scared about it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the farthest I've from home. But I have a great support system behind me, so I know it's gonna be as smooth as possible. I know that the coaching staff is gonna help me with everything as well.
Let me correct that. East to the south. I'm saying north or east to the south. What am I talking about? I'm geeking today, bro. I'm always working out and whatnot. But let's go right into it, man. You're going to Jackson State University. What made that decision for you? What made your decision to choose Jackson State University over some of the other schools that like Morgan State or whatnot?
I created some great relationships through this whole process. Just talking to coaches weekly. Just different stuff, just trying to build relationships throughout the process. And I got to really create some great bonds with a lot of good coaches. And so it wasn't an easy decision at all. But for me, it was all about the right fit, And when I say the right fit, I mean as far as being able to fit into it's like fitting into a puzzle, right? Like that piece may fit, but it don't really fit. You get what I'm saying? There, but that's not the right piece. You got to go with that piece and put it in there. So whereas where I was at some places, I felt like it was the right fit. But when I got to Jackson, I'm like, oh no, this is the fit that I'm talking about.
So as a safety, what's gonna be that? What were you looking for in Jackson State? What did Jackson State provide for you? Thinking about how this system's gonna work for you as a safety, as one of the better safeties in the country.
I mean, football is football. Football is football. There's so many different ways. There's only but so many different ways you can play the game, as far as offense goes, as far as defense goes. And so I've been coached by a lot of great guys who have put their own little touch on me and gave me the tools to excel in a lot of different defensive schemes. So the defensive scheme to me wasn't as important as it was just making sure I was around the right people. I know I'm going to be able to play at a high level no matter where I go. That's just the type of player I am. And so that as far as the scheme goes, it wasn't much of a difference for me, especially being that I just met the D coordinator like 2 days ago. So, yeah.
Okay, so prior to us coming on, I talked to you a little bit about being a parent. You post all the time about being a father. And when we first spoke with you, you just sounded so excited. That's one of the first things you told us about yourself. And that's a blessing, man, to have a child and to be able to direct a child like that. So Coach Prime, of course, just left. Wole's going to ask you about him in a little bit, but he took his whole family with him to Jackson.
Yeah.
How did that factor into your decision? The fact that you are a father, can you see yourself raising a child in that area? Let's just say after a pro career or whatever you choose to do with your life, could you see yourself settling down in an area like Jackson? How that factor in again, just your overall decision making?
Yeah. So my dad is from St. Louis, so his family kind of gives like me that little down south type vibe, that country type vibe. But I didn't really fully know how it was. You know what I'm saying? You always hear about Southern hospitality, but when like it's crazy down there. You know what I'm saying? So I could definitely see myself raising my son down there. I know that I got 60,000 people that's behind me. You know what I'm saying? That's willing to do anything I need to be done in order for me to make sure that I'm in the best position possible. And so that just goes back to the right fit part, right? So it's a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially like I was talking to Delaware State guys yesterday, just talking to them about like how I feel like their process should go and how I feel like they should take things. But I also let them know like the SWAC versus the MEAC, whereas the MEAC might win that game, but it's a totally different level of community and how I feel about their teams. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw at Jackson State, whether they're going 5-6 or 12-0 or 12-1, whatever it is, you're gonna see at least 20,000 people, in those stands.
This is true.
Whereas when I was at Del State, even when we was on a hot streak, you know, we wasn't seeing no more than 2,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, level to the level of football that's being played and how serious they take their schools. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, no, definitely, I could definitely see myself raising my son there. And I know that if I was to I mean, I won't be able to bring him down immediately. That's gonna be a little hard, but it's all about the process for me. You know what I'm saying? Sticking out to the process.
Definitely.
Nice.
I have a question. I mean, what you harped on, and I agree with you that, you know, SWAC schools typically have better attendance. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean, you can feel it. You can feel it in the vibe. Just being around Jackson and going back to Delaware State, like people at Delaware State, like they don't want to be at Delaware State. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, I got you. No, I get you. I hear you.
From New York, the DMV, and they're always like, "Damn, like Dover got this, Dover got that." So they're coming from a big city, coming to a small city, stuff like that. Whereas down in the South, they be from Louisiana, or they'll be from Jackson, or they'll be from Mississippi.
Very good point.
Like
I said,
that's home. That's their home. They home, and they love their home. And so they're always gonna go 1,000% for their home. It's way more bigger than just a school for them. Whereas at Delaware State, yeah, you graduate and yeah, you're alumni, and yeah, you come back for homecoming. No, they're coming back every week for this game. They're coming back every week for this game. So yeah, I mean, it's just like it's their home, and they treat it as such. And I wish that was the case in the MEAC. And it's crazy how it's like a MEAC SWAC thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like some schools in the MEAC do it, some schools in the SWAC, and then like the whole SWAC is gonna travel, like literally, like this ain't no Dion, and that's why I keep telling people it's not like no Coach Prime thing. No, Alabama State got the same type vibe. You go to their stadium is crazy and it's packed.
Wow.
You go to a Southern game. If you go to a Southern away game, they're traveling with at least 5,000 people. You know what I'm saying? It's a totally different vibe down there.
All right, so you did mention Coach Prime. Did his decision of leaving do anything for you at all in your decision process? Anything?
Not really. I mean, it would have been to be coached under him. He has a lot to offer underneath that branch of just being a DB and stuff like that, and even life in general. I know he's been through so much, but as far as my decision, I always believe like if you truly picking us, like when you go through this process, if you're one decision, and that's what we're saying now, like a lot of guys, one decision be their one like focal point be on a coach. You know? And that wasn't the case for me. I had so many things, so many boxes I had to check off. So if I would come there for Dion, yeah, I would have to decommit because he's not there. Whereas it wasn't about Dion. So all right, let's take that out. Let's meet the new coach. Let's see if he still checks his box, and he did. And so it didn't play too much of a role on me. I know that I believe that it's going to be bigger for Jackson State than ever because people are looking for us to fail. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
Looking for us to flip and say, well, yup, Coach Prime did that. This was because of Coach. So we got a lot riding on this upcoming season, and we got a lot to to make up for it and finish the season out.
Hey, Coach Prime he's Coach Prime. We already know all the accolades that come with his name. However, that brother was 0-2 in the Celebration Bowl. My dude, to the MEAC, baby. Listen, we still a MEAC show, man. I got love for you. That's why you're here. But
that's how we found you, real talk, though, on some MEAC stuff.
The MEAC, hey, we running the Celebration Bowl. So how does that factor in? You want to change that now? You get ready to go against your old conference. Did that factor in at all? Or are you just, you're a competitor. You looking forward to competing in that game, hopefully?
Oh, no, for sure. I'm definitely looking forward to the game. I'll say this. The last 2 years, with everything that's been going on with Coach Prime, just talking to the guys that I was around down there, the first year was a year of a lot of immaturity when they went down there. A lot of guys was going out the nights before the game, missing curfew, missing meetings while being down in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? When you travel, Coach Prime is kind of different when you're in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? A lot of rappers, a lot of celebrities. So they was just pulling up to the hotel and guys would just be going out. So that's kind of what happened the first year. And so I understood that. Second year, you got to understand that it's a lot of distraction in that game. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they came prepared, honestly, truly. You got your head coach who I mean, no smut on him or anything like that. I respect him, but I don't think I don't think he handled that well as far as the training goes. Being that he was flying from back and forth from Colorado to Mississippi, days at a time doing all that. Being that he didn't even make it to the press conference. Being that he went on there a couple of days after they won the probably the next day. It was the next day after they won the SWAC championship. Went up there to Colorado and then announced Shador as their quarterback when he still has another game to play. You know what I'm saying? Like that can way off. So whereas they're good athletes, but you playing against a team in North Carolina Central where they don't care about none of that. You know, trying to win this game, get up out of there and go about our business. Like all that, y'all can have all that, and they're well coached, and so it showed. And that was the ending. But I think if certain circumstances were different, I do believe Jackson State would have came out on top.
Well, you don't have Coach Prime. You have a new coach, a guy who's hungry, and Coach Taylor. Can you tell us about Coach Taylor? Like, folks, tell us something that folks don't know about Coach Taylor from your interactions with him.
He's a stand-up guy, man. I mean, he you don't have to have too many words with him to really get a feel for who he is as a person. And then just to understand his backstory and how he's a Jackson State alumni, a guy who played there, a guy who started at quarterback and got benched and switched to wide receiver and still put up numbers there for them. So he's beloved down there. I mean, he's loved down there. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just love what he stands for, what he's about. I love the way he just made my family feel like we was going to be good. And so that's that. I mean, I feel like he was a better, like I keep saying it, but I feel like he was a better decision for a coach for me than Coach Prime would be. Yeah.
Interesting. There's so much I could say, but Coach Prime, talking about him, it divides these HBCU streets like crazy. So we're going to leave it there. I want to talk real quick about something else that's very important to not just Jackson State, but also the city of Jackson. Of course, that's the water crisis. There are many in the media who have not talked about as of late when that's still a present issue. You're a young, educated man. I believe, you business owner. Is that something that you look to possibly, I guess, put your hand in terms of advocacy and trying to figure out a solution and just being part of that community there?
Definitely. I mean, when you go down, like when you really get to talking to these people, you understand that, like I said, that's their home. And so I do think a lot of things need to be done as far as that goes. Whereas, the football team, we kind of don't really feel it as much as the regular citizen of Jackson, Mississippi, being that we live on the outskirts and stuff like that. But definitely want to make sure. It's a lot I want to be able to do within that. I'm a big community guy, and I love the community of Jackson so far, and they love on me. And so it's a lot that I want to be able to do with them. just starting with going down there and just meeting them. You know what I'm saying? Being down there the first week and just having everybody meet, just so I could put names to faces. Faces to names. So, it's gonna be a lot that's gonna get done. I hope, and I hope I could be a very big part of it.
Awesome. Oh yeah, you definitely will. And you're rocking the Dell State hoodie, and I love it. MEAC, what I'm saying, we still supporting the MEAC. But what do you want to say to your former teammates, the school, to help produce you and get you to this level? What do you want to say to those folks?
I'm forever thankful. Delaware and Delaware State University, it's my home. It's my home today. Whereas I am moving on and going to a different chapter in my life. They're the people that gave me my first shot. They're the people that gave me the platform that I currently am able to have. And so I'm forever grateful for that. And to the team, and to the staff, and to the board, the president, from everybody who I'm still in contact with today. I'm wishing them nothing but the best. And so that's why I'm able to. And I think that's a big part of just being able to go through this process. I hold no real grief, no real grief in my heart, or no real anger in my heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with how things ended, because I know on my side it ended well, and from other sides it ended differently. So it's forever love there. I feel as though, like I was telling you guys, I feel as though I'm basically an alumni of Delaware State. Semester left there, whereas when I go to Jackson, I'll probably be ending at the end of summer sessions. And so, the 3 years there, I'm an alumni, I would say.
Dude, did you not hear the accolades that I read off initially? You're an alumni, dude. You're an alumni. All right, but you're, and this interview's been dope, but I want to add, you're going from, you were in the transfer portal, and you chose Jackson State University. You were at Delaware State. How important was it for you to stay at a HBCU?
Huge. I'm not a guy that's gonna say, I'm not gonna sit up here and say, like, if I was a 5-star, I'd pick a HBCU, because I don't. I'm not gonna lie and say I would have. I probably wouldn't have made that decision. Probably wouldn't have got to be that bold of a guy and have that much courage to do so. Understanding now that I'm in college, and a lot of people say, like, you can make it from anywhere, you can make it from anywhere, but now that I'm able to, I had to go to HBCU, but now that I understand, like, I'm getting all this recognition from different parts, and I'm here. I only did one season here. You know what I'm saying? The same dude who was on a Reese's Bowl watch list, and I'm not even a senior, so they had to call me and make sure, like, yo, like, we love the way you play, we love this, but we got to take you off the list because you're not even eligible for real. Like, dang, all right. But now I know I'm on them radars. Whereas there's guys at bigger schools who aren't on them radars. So, you can go to another school, you can go to a PWI and do that, but that doesn't mean you're gonna get this. That's not how this works. Being able to say that, I'm doing this at my HBCU. I have to leave here, but I wanted to do so much big here. I'm just gonna make sure I stay at a HBCU no matter what. And so that's just how I felt. Like, it's huge to play for your people, man. Like, I truly believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all said, that homecoming is different. The community is different. The love you get is different. It's not that they love it on you because you're a football player, but they love on you because you one of their football players. You know what I mean? Like, they gonna love at you whether you're on the team. Like, they don't even, like, you don't even know your name, your jersey, you don't even know your stats. You on the team, you with us. So we rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? So I just love that part.
Man, Esaias, man, this has been great, man. I'm glad that you jumped on the show, man. We appreciate you being on. Can't wait for you to lead the SWAC in interceptions, because I claim that right now. You know what I'm saying? I've been following since we had that interview. I already told you how dope I think you are as a young man, as a player. So I can't wait, man. Hey, Ray, we gotta travel to Jackson State, though.
Hey, listen, I saw you shouted out the Kobe Durant on Twitter. He balled out this past week?
Yeah.
I'm getting the weeks of Christmas.
It was.
So how that inspire you, bro?
Huge. Like I said, I it was big for me to, stay in the HBCU, knowing that I'm getting all this recognition. But that's the same guy. Me and him was fighting for first and second place on so many different stat sheets. MEAC. So if that guy was the same guy I was fighting with first and second, and that's my first year in the fold. Dang, I know I could do it. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm a great player. We talk all the time. He's a great dude. I hit him up right when I seen him get his second interception. And so like he deserves everything that's coming his way. You know what I'm saying? He's really a great dude. He has a great game bottom, has a great head on his shoulders. And I can't wait to see what he truly does to finish out his career.
Don't worry, you'll be there. No, ain't
Your
worry
time
about
is coming. That's
Yeah,
that's what I was alluding to. So we'll be there too.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, X man, thanks for being on, man. We appreciate you. Thanks for being on HBCU Corner, my man.
Appreciate you guys, man, for real.
All right, be safe, bro.
Okay.